This right here is arguably one of the best AI photo retouching plugin or software out there. What I really like about this software right here is that aside giving you amazing results, you can use it directly inside of Photoshop instead of switching between two apps. I'm not going to ask you to purchase or get this software yet until I can show you what you can do. Even when I know you can get 35% off any purchase you make right now because of the Black Friday sale. If you shoot wedding, portrait or beauty shot, it doesn't really matter what kind of photographer you are. This plugin is going to save you a lot of time, at the same time give you professional and amazing results. And after you get the software, the first thing you have to do is remove the blemishes from the image. So you can see the blemishes on this image right now. So we just want to remove it. So just duplicate your layer by pressing on Ctrl J. After that, come to your filter right here and come to your retouch for me and click on heal right here. So once you click on heal, it's just going to load and it's going to remove the blemishes for you. So if I just zoom in right now, you can see it has removed the blemishes from this image. So this is the before and this is the after. Just take a look at the blemishes on the skin of the image. So this is the before and the after. You can play with the sensitivity slider right here to see how much of the blemishes you want to remove and how much you want to keep. Now the reason why it's not affecting the wife is because wife doesn't really have a lot of blemishes on the image, just only the husband. And you can just move your sensitivity. So I'm going to put my sensitivity as 100. Like this, and just click on apply and make sure your make mask is selected and click on apply right here. Now it's just going to apply inside of Photoshop. So this is the before and the after. Instead of spending 10 to 15 minutes trying to remove the blemishes from your image, with this plugin you can just remove it in just one click and the result is amazing. As you can see, that's not all. If you're the type that retouch your image using micro dodge and burn, you know the struggle of spending 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes doing micro dodge and burn. What if I told you with this plugin, you can do your micro dodge and burn and get professional looking results in just one click, just few seconds? Let me show you how you can do that. Now, next what I'm going to do is to do the micro dodge and burn for this image. So just create a stamp visible layer by pressing on Ctrl Shift Alternate E to create a stamp visible layer. Now come back to your filter, click on retouch for me and just click on dodge and burn right here. And this AI plugin is just going to analyze the image and help you do your micro dodge and burn. Believe me when I say the result is amazing. Really, really amazing. No kidding. So we are done. I'm just going to zoom in. So if I zoom in and show you the before after, you can see the amazing results. So this is the before and the after. The before and the after. Just take a look at the skin. The before and the after. You see how smooth it is. Now with this blending option, you can choose to blend it even more, take it to 200%, and the effect is going to be more intense and your image is going to be smooth, or you can just take it down if you feel your image is looking too smooth. So I'm going to take mine to 160. 160 works for me. So this is the before and the after. And you can add warmth to it. So just move this warmth right here to add warmth to the effect a little bit like so. And you can click on preview right here to see what it does. So you can see the before and the after. Now next thing you have to do is click on this soft light layer right here. So just check it and click on apply. All you have to do is come to your blend mode, change from normal to soft light to bring back the original image. Now this is the before and the after. The before and the after. Wow. And the only thing left for this image right here is color grading, and this plugin got you. So if you're like me, you spend a lot of time trying to find the color grade that fits your image, and at the end of the day, we still don't get the kind of color grading we want, don't worry, because with this plugin, you can choose any color grading from a favorite creator or photographer and apply it to your image. All you have to do is go to the Instagram of a favorite creator or photographer and just look for any image that you like the color grading. So this one right here, I actually like this color grading. So I'm just going to screenshot this image right here. So once I screenshot this image, I'm just going to bring it to Photoshop and just copy the color grading of this color using this plugin. Now that I'm in Photoshop, I'm just going to create another stamp visible layer by pressing on Ctrl Shift Alternate E. Now this method feels almost illegal, but the result is really, really amazing. So once I create another stamp visible layer, I'll come to my filter, come to retouch for me and just click on color match right here. Once that opens, just click on load preference right here and just look for the image you saved to your PC. So this is the image right here. I'm just going to click on open and just going to add the reference color grading of this image to this image right here. Now the effect is looking too strong, so just come to your luminance and just take the luminance down to keep the original brightness of your image. Alright, now for the color, just use 50% or 49%. 53% works for this image. Now for the smoothing, just take it to 50% as well, or 54. So the smoothing work for me. Now just come to the blend option right here and just play with the blend until you feel you're liking what you are actually getting. So I'm going to take the blend down to about, let's use 30, let's see. Because I typically use between 20 to 30. So let's just play with the blend and see how it goes for the image. Alright, I think 35 works for me. So this is the before and the after. If I just zoom, you can see it has actually copied the color grading of this image right here. So this is the before and the after. So you can just play with the luminance to increase the luminance right there. Alright, so the before and the after. And you can actually save this as a lot to apply it inside of Photoshop if you want to. So to save this color grading right here as a lot, just come to your export lot right here. Click on export lot and just rename it what you want. So I'm going to rename it wedding and just save it on my documents and click on save and just click on apply right here. Now we've applied that lot to this image. So let me show you the before and after. This is the before and the after. Now let me show you how you can actually apply that lot to save inside of Photoshop. So I'm going to delete this layer right here and just create a stamp visible layer by pressing on Ctrl Shift Alternate E. Then come to my adjustments. I can find my adjustment right here. So I'll go to my windows, click on adjustment right here. I'm just going to open my adjustments. So I'll click on color lookup right here. Once I click on color lookup, I'm going to click on load 3D lot. Just click on load lot and come to my document. So this is the lot right here, this wedding. I click on load. I'm just going to apply that lot to this image like so. So this is the before and the after, the before and the after. If you feel it's too much, you can just reduce the opacity a little bit like so. Alright, and also you can duplicate it by pressing on Ctrl J to duplicate the lots. And that's not all. You can use the retouch for me to clean your backdrop. So if you have stain on your backdrop, this is how you can actually clean it using this retouch for me plugin. So just come to your filter, you come to your retouch for me, and you click on clean backdrop right here. Now it's just going to load and just going to clean your backdrop for you automatically. Make sure this middle right here is selected. Okay. So if I just zoom in right now, you can see that automatically clean our backdrop for us. So just take a look at the before and the after, the before and the after. And you have the option to actually make the blend more visible if you want, or just make the intensity less visible by moving this blend right here. So just move the blend towards the 100 side, 100%. It gives the best result for this. So this is the before and the after. Just take a look at the backdrop, the before and the after, and just click on apply. So from here, you can choose to reduce the opacity if you want to reduce the opacity, but I'm just going to leave it like this. Now for headshot like this, we can do the same process by removing the blemishes with the heel, do a micro dodge and burn, or do a portrait volume. But I already created an action, and all I have to do is just play that action and just sit back and relax. And this plugin will automatically help me retouch my image from start to finish. You don't believe me? Let me show you. So just come to your action right here and just click on retouch for me. And by the way, I'm giving out this action for free. I'll be leaving the link where you can download it in the description below. So just click on retouch for me right here and just going to play this action and just going to do my micro dodge and burn for me, remove the blemishes and just try and make the eyes white, and this result is going to give an amazing result. Click on the link below to get 35% off any purchase you make when using this plugin because of the Black Friday sales. And also, I recommend you only get this plugin if you are actually making money off retouching and photography, because the plugin is quite expensive. So if you don't need it, no need to get it. But if you need it, just get the one you need. So there are different options you need. Get the one you need right now and start using it. I promise you, it's going to fasten your workflow. It's going to give you amazing and better results. Alright, the plugin has finished playing. You can see the amazing results it did for this image. So this is the before and this is the after. Just take a look at the image. The before and the after. The before and the after. And of course, it missed some blemishes at the edge because they are not quite visible. That's why I missed it. And you can actually remove them using focus separation. But just take a look at the image. This is amazing. And also with this plugin, you can remove those vessels on the eyes. So this is the eye vessel right here. If I just turn it off, you're going to see those veins on the eyes. So this is the before and the after. The before and the after. And also we have the global dodge and burn, which is the portrait volume. So if I just turn it off, you're going to see the effect of that. So this is the before and this is the after. So I take the opacity down to 50%. You can choose to increase the opacity. So if I take the opacity up to 100%, the effect is going to be more intense. So this is the before and the after. You can see it added that depth to the image. So I'm going to take the opacity down to about 15% because 15 works for me. So the before and the after. And not just that, you can actually make the eyes white if you want to. So just create stamp visible layer by pressing on Ctrl Shift Alternate E and just come to your filter, come to retouch for me and click on eyes brilliance right here. So once you click on it, it will automatically whiten the eyes for you, and the result is amazing. All right. So if I just zoom in, you can see the before and the after, the before and the after. And if you feel it's too much, you can just take the blend down a little bit just to make everything look natural. So the before and the after, and just click on apply to apply that effect. So this is the before and this is the after. Now if you feel the effect is too much, just create a layer mask. Once you create a layer mask, pick your normal brush tool. Now with your black brush selected, just change the foreground to black. Once you change the foreground to black, just remove from the part you don't actually want. Make sure your flow is 100, opacity 100, and just remove it from the part you don't really want. Or just take your flow to about 50% and just paint on it to remove the brightness about 50% like that. So this is the before and the after, just like that. Now that's not all. You can actually whiten the teeth of your subject. So you can see the teeth of this image right now. They're not looking white, but with this plugin, you can actually whiten the teeth. So just create a stamp visible layer by pressing on Ctrl Shift Alternate E. Then after that, come to your filter, come to your retouch on me, and just click on whiten teeth right here. And this will automatically whiten the teeth. So let's just allow it to load, and you're going to see the results right now. The result is amazing. It's mind blowing, honestly. Alright, so if I just zoom in, you can see how white the teeth is looking right now. So this is the before and the after. Just take a look at these teeth, the before and the after, the before and the after. And the good thing is that you can choose to whiten it even more. So if I just take it up to about 200%, you can choose to whiten it even more and just take it down. But I'm going to take it down to about 50%. 50% works for me. So the before and the after. And for me, you can choose to increase the brightness. So you can see the before and the after, or decrease the brightness if you want, the before and the after. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it down even more to about 45% and just increase the brightness a little bit. So this is the before and this is the after. You can click on make mask and click on apply. Now I'm going to show you the reason why I say you should click on make mask. So click on apply. I'm just going to apply that effect inside of Photoshop. So let me just show you the before and after inside of Photoshop. Now this is the before and the after. Just take a look at the teeth. Wow. The before and the after. Now the reason why I say you should make mask is so that you can actually paint it out of where you don't really need. So just pick your eraser tool and just erase it from any parts you don't really need. I'm just going to erase from any parts you don't really need. Or you can just add the layer mask. Just pick your normal brush tool with your black brush selected. Just paint and remove it from areas you don't really need. So make sure your flow is set to 100%. And just remove it from areas you don't really need it. And also you can choose to reduce the opacity from here if you feel it's too much. Okay. Now you know there are some image, when you shoot the image, the skin tone are not matching. So you have different colors on the face, the neck, the hands, the legs, like that. So with this plugin, you can actually match skin tone. Let me show you how to do that. So let's use this image right here as an example. So if you want to match the skin tone, just create a stamp visible layer, come to your filter, click on retouch for me, click on retouch for me skin tone right here. And you're just going to analyze the image and just make the skin tone look even. Let me just zoom in so you can see the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. So right now you can see the skin tone is looking even right now. The before and the after, you can choose to move the blend to 200% if you want to make everything blend even more. So this is the before and this is the after. So right now you can see it's changing the colors of the lips and also this place on the cheek. I don't really like that. So the before and after. So I'm going to show you how to fix it in case you have a situation like this. So I'm going to take the blend mode to about 113%. 113% works for me. And make sure soft layer right here is selected and just click on apply. Now I'm going to show you how you can actually bring back those blush on the skin. So just send the blend mode from normal to soft light and just zoom in. So I want to bring back those blush and also the colors on the lips. So just add a layer mask. Pick your normal brush tool. Make sure your foreground color is set to black and just paint on the blush like this to bring back those blush on the cheek like so. And also paint on the lips to bring back the original color of the lips just like that. So this is the before and the after, the before and the after. Click on this video right here to watch how you can actually fix underexposed image using Photoshop, Capture One and Lightroom. I'll see you guys in my next one. Stay creative.